me see if this goes.
We live.
We live. We live. We live. We live. Ooh.
But that was fine.
I don't want to fall while we're talking. Anywho, what's going on, everybody?
What's going on? He's late like always.
I'm early.
He's late.
Party don't start till I drop in.
He's
Y'all
late.
know how we do. Y'all know how we do. Anywho, what's going on, everybody? This is
He's
your
still
boy,
trying to show up because he's
Dr.
still late.
Will Rogers, a.k.a. Master Teacher 33, the bombtriple.com, hanging out with Triple Chocolate.
Are you ready yet?
Before I came out the womb ready.
It don't look like it.
I'm just saying, I came out the womb ready.
What are you doing? You can't hold it like that the whole time.
Why not? I'm ambidextrous. I'm multi-talented.
He's special.
That is true.
What's up, Wells?
I'm very special. Conrad, what's up, Conrad?
Man, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do it like this. I'm holding.
No, you cannot.
Why?
Why you don't just put it down like it before?
I don't know. It's gonna be too low. Let's see what we're gonna make it do what it do. Right, Conrad? We're gonna make it do what it do. Okay, there we go.
There we go. That's better.
So today,
that's good. Yeah,
brothers and sisters, let's get this party popping. Today we're gonna break down the difference between compatibility and comfort. We want to talk about in relationships.
You mean comfort, like
comfort as
like being with somebody, rather
just being with somebody because it's easy, it's comfortable. It doesn't require no effort, no work. You may or may not, like the person. I ain't got, but it's all about y'all know how y'all do. Y'all females do. Yeah. Y'all know how y'all women are.
No, you didn't.
Right, Conrad? We're gonna leave that wrong.
I'm not worried about you.
Y'all females.
Whatever.
But we want to talk about not only comfort, but we want to talk about chemistry and compatibility compared to connection. So we have to really, really break down this word connection because I'm talking about a spiritual connection versus a physical one. Now, obviously, it's great to have all of this. It's great to have all of the C's. What are you talking about?
Oh, he says a little on the floor behind you. So I looked, and he made you look. Really?
Who on the floor?
A lizard. That's all. Like what?
So we want to break this down today, and we have our own YouTube channel that we want to kick off, get you guys to join. It's called Will and D 829 at YouTube, but it wouldn't let me go live on the YouTube, so I'm using my regular YouTube channel, which is YouTube Master Teacher 33.
Because he keep getting kicked off.
Yeah, I'm always in YouTube jail, Facebook jail, because I be dropping that knowledge. Y'all know how we do.
Yes, we know how you do.
And so
let's go.
Let's go, baby. So what is connection for you? When I say connection, what does that mean for you?
Connection for me is built over a period of time. It's just not like you have that first connection, like you meet somebody and you're like, man, like it felt like you've been knowing them for like a while or whatever. You have that, and then like, hey, Sarah Washington, and then you have the connection over a period of time, which I think is stronger and better for me.
Right. So, and that's the answer most people give, which is
most people.
You triple chocolate.
Whatever.
So, relationships normally are built over time, and that's not bad or good. What we're talking about is there is a connection that can be created or destroyed. Like immediately when I saw her, we was at work, and as soon as our eyes met, that was a connection. That was it includes what I call chemistry, but I couldn't see. I just saw basically, because we were sitting at a table like this.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what she looked like physically.
Yeah.
And I hadn't talked to her or anything, but that was an immediate spiritual. I'm going to do a spiritual connection. That was this cosmic connection. It's universal. It's not something that's man-made. It's something that is established. I'm going to use the word by source. And so this chemistry, this comfort that we have, the compatibility, because we have a lot of things that we have in common. We actually have more things that we don't have in common than we do have in common. And so a lot of people ask me, a lot of my clients, because of all my clients, they know what I talk about, they know what I do every day. So they ask me, man, how does you guys' relationship work? Because they understand that we don't agree quote unquote on a lot of the
And a lot of
topics
stuff, yeah.
that I discuss, that I talk about, which brings us to the point of today's message. And so connection can't be established or built because connection is automatic. It's like energy. So
Yeah.
energy cannot be created or destroyed. But all of the other C's can. Comfort, compatibility, and chemistry. All of those things develop over time. And
Yeah.
so I want to talk about, for me, I kind of wrote down three things that establish this, what I call connection. And this is the three things, and this is really big, especially for women, because most women, they don't know that men, we actually need and we actually want value. So those three things,
What,
needed,
when you
being
say
needed,
value, what
being
do you
wanted,
mean?
and being valued, which gets to the real reading behind, which what I want to really discuss is the psychology behind value. So
Well, when
like
you
there's
say value, what do you mean by value?
right, because there's a lot of narratives. Let me see if this goes. There's like because
I
of
don't like it.
oh, for real?
No.
Because of the Kevin Samuels thing, and so there's a lot of people who are getting value misconstrued, if you will. So value has nothing to do with economics. For men, value has to do with us understanding that I feel valued when I feel trusted, accepted, and respected. So what a man is looking for in a relationship is a woman, because when I say when a woman hears the word, men, we want to feel needed, but women don't want. I'm not talking about needy. I'm talking about needed. That just simply means that I have something to do. So if a woman tells me I don't need a man, as a man, I'm out, because what the woman is telling me is that I have no space for you. There's no room in the cottage for you. There is. I mean, I like hanging around with you, but I need something to do, because
Okay.
men, we're designed by God to build. That's why God created us, and He put us in the garden, right, Sean? I mean, Sean
Sean
Washington.
Washington,
Yeah.
yeah. So I got a
So
question. So we got a couple of men on here too. So men, what are the most three things out of a relationship that you need that your wife to do, or your woman, your girlfriend, or whatever to do? Like, is that because I always thought, because I think women, we get needy and need mixed up.
right, exactly.
Because
that's the smoking
that's
gun.
hard, but it's really hard for a woman
Right.
because you don't want to come off needy. Like myself, I
Yep.
never wanted to come off needy,
Right.
but I was like, but it's when we first got together, you was like, you don't need a man, and I was like,
Right. That's
and
how I felt.
I didn't get it, yeah,
Because you were so, and this is big for black women, and this is the trap that a lot of black women fall into, because black women, y'all were forced to be strong just because of black men not being there. And there's a
right,
lot of reasons. We get to the psychological effects of slavery, Willie Lynch, and all this stuff. But we can look at the 60s stuff that Nixon passed to get black men out of the home.
right,
So black women they had to, though, because there was no black men. We was all in prison, or we was all getting, still what's going on today. And so there's been an attack on masculinity. And
yes,
so the
I will say that,
masculinity,
yeah,
now most black men that I know are very feminine, under the age of 30. Now, I'm not saying all, but a lot of black men. So why would a woman want a man that has the same attributes as her?
right,
I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me, ladies. I would not like all of these feminized men who walk around with their hair up in a bun like women, and they got skinny jeans on. Like, I have no respect for dudes like that. Not because
yeah,
of anything that they've done or not done, but because they got conned into buying the dominant culture's belief system, especially for, I keep it on, especially for black folks, which is what I'm primarily talking to today. I can't talk about being a white man since I ain't white, but I can talk about being a black man in America.
yeah.
So as a black man, I need my wife to create a space where I can do something.
Sure.
So if I don't feel valued, if I don't feel needed, because really the word value means needed and wanted.
So question. So
That
what's the
equals value.
difference between a woman being needy and a man being needed?
Easy. When a man is needed, That's an energy that a woman creates by allowing the man to lead. So I'm not, when I say needy means that the woman is looking for the man to do something for her that she should do for herself. So a woman that is needy is a woman that doesn't do for herself or have the capability to do for herself or have the mental disposition. What do I mean by do for herself? As a man, kind of like what happened to when we was at HEB. So that's the difference between being needy. We was at HEB.
Oh boy.
Is that Sister Kanisha?
Yeah, that's Case.
Hey, Sister Kanisha.
Girl, you know how I get down.
We was at HEB. Sister Cheryl, we was at HEB. That's a grocery store in Texas. So she put something in the basket. We were buying sweets.
It was some blueberry muffins.
She wanted the muffins. I wanted the cookies. So since I was paying, I put the cookies in the basket. She put the muffins in the basket. I take the muffins out of the basket.
Right.
And I was like, we ain't getting this. And I put it on the shelf. Sister Kanisha, you should have saw the vibe change in the store. Now, I was just joking.
Oh, man.
This Negro said, she grabbed the muffins. She put them back in the basket. And this Negro said, that's the reason why I got a job. So I can buy my own shiznix. And she's supposed to be saved.
I am. Hello.
But it wasn't like I was joking, but she was serious.
Yes, I was serious.
Like, yes. Hold up. Now that's the difference between being needed and needy. A woman that's in a position, if the man nut up, I got this. That's the dip. Now, if you needy, that means that you got to do what the man say because you ain't got no options.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
A needy woman is a woman that don't got options.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So ladies, and it is what it is. This is the hardest thing. Men too. That's a feminized male. Men, there's no way in beep. You should put yourself in a position where you need the woman. You should be there because you want
to be there.
Be there, not because you ain't got no options. So if you come home and the apartment or the house is in your girlfriend's name or your wife's name, and she said, hey, boo, you come home and all your stuff is on the street. Boo, you should just load up in your car and move on to the next spot. But if you are a feminized male, you ain't got no options. You got to beg, borrow, please, baby, please take me back. Because why? You ain't got no options. So that works for both parties. Both sides actually should be in a position where they are. What's up, Sister Diane? So that way.
I want you to say, oh, I got options.
And so you wanna make sure that you keep yourself in a position where, obviously, and that's what I mean when I say, as a man, I know my wife can do everything by herself. She can open the car door, she can pump gas. Everything I can do, she can do the same or better. But she allows me to open the door for her. She allows
now that was
me
hard though.
To pump the gas.
That
for
was
her.
hard.
And I understand.
It was real hard because I had to learn not as a woman, it was as a lady that I had to slow down.
Right.
I had to stop being like on my terms kind of like situation. If you don't open the door when I say so, if you don't take the trash when I say so, then it made it feel like it was a mother and son relationship.
Right.
And then like in situations like that, you wonder why men or women aren't like having sex as much because nobody wants to have sex with their mother or their son. You know what I'm saying? So like exactly. I had to learn how to slow down. I had to learn how to be like and talk to you in a manner where you didn't feel degraded or you didn't feel like I was like barking orders. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey babe, can you do this for me or something like that? I had to soften up, which a lot of times a lot of females aren't softened up because of whatever happened in life, or that's made them hard over a period of time.
Plus your military background,
my
fed into that.
Yeah,
also.
Like it was like do it now, like ask questions later, like
Right.
And so I will say that I had a really hard time with slowing down,
right,
and being like okay.
And that's what I mean, ladies, by creating space for your man. most men, we don't know, okay, where can I fit in at? Because your life is so structured and organized. When I met D,
Yeah.
her life, she had 3 jobs, she was going to school, she was taking care of both her kids by herself. So man, she was like pow, 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 pow. So I say,
Yeah.
hey, let's go out on a date. I ain't got no time. How we gonna go out on a date? I got my kids, I got my job, I gotta go to school, I'm involved in my church.
Yeah.
She has so much stuff going on that there was no space for me. That's how I felt. Now,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm saying it, because this is the psychology behind. Remember, as a metaphysician, I just deal with what causes behavior. I don't really focus on the behavior. Now, the behavior is these 3 words: needed, wanted, and valued. But that's what we see on the outside. What those 3 words really mean, needed, wanted, and valued, really means, men, we want to be able for you to trust us, to accept us, and to respect us.
Mm.
If a woman does that for a man will follow you around in broad daylight with a flashlight looking for you. Guaranteed, ladies, try it and see. If you got a man, now remember, all of the dominant culture and all the Kevin Samuels out there, they say something totally different. Now, so I'm not talking about men who basically playing games. I'm not talking about men who like all this alpha male. This dude got this alpha male side. Now, I did that too. I played games. I ran. I did all that stuff before
But
I
I
met
think an
D.
alpha male, they don't have
And
to even say that they are an alpha male. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly, that's how
a lion, when you see a lion, you know he a lion.
you don't walk around with no
Yeah, I'm a
advertisement.
lion on
He
it.
don't got no
Yeah,
entourage and all that
yeah,
stuff. He just is his
yeah.
disposition, his energy. So a real man, he don't need, like, yeah, I got a fancy car, but a real man doesn't need a fancy car. I got the fancy car not because I need it. I got the fancy car because I value it. I add value to the car. The car don't add value to me. Totally
Get
different.
it, get it, get it.
And so once you understand that, then bam, what's up, Sister Deborah,
Hey,
Queen King? And so it's very important that in relationships, especially for women, this is really hard. What my wife just said is very important, because in the beginning we struggled because that was nothing for me to do.
yeah,
I need something to do. I'm a man.
yeah,
I like to fix stuff. I like to work on stuff. And I'm more of a spiritual or mental man than I am a physical one. So my wife is more physical. That's why, gardening, fix the door, do the dishwasher.
yeah.
That's not really me. But I deal with, hey, if something spiritual is going on in the house, if some nigga try to run through this front door, that's more my, okay, okay, hey, call me, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And so, ladies, when I say you create a space for your man so that way he feels I'm needed, I'm wanted, and I'm valued, which means you trust me. Because remember, ladies, most men, we don't feel like you trust us with your most prized possession. That's the cookie and your kids. So most women, they don't trust a man enough to leave their children with a man or the cookie. And so, what does that mean? Like all of that, like when Steve Harvey came out with that whole thing,
Think like a man.
think like a man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Why would you think like a man? If you think like a man, you're gonna become a man. Now, I like Steve Harvey, no disrespect, but man, a woman should think like a woman. I don't want to marry a man,
Mm.
because remember, you bring about what you think about. That's what the Bible says. So if you think like a man, ladies, you will become a man. You actually establish the field based upon your thoughts, because your thoughts create your feelings.
Yeah.
Your feelings create your aura or your field, and your field create what is real. It draws to you. That's what the law of attraction is. So you draw to you what you think. So if you're thinking like a man, you're gonna draw to you
Yeah.
men. But it's
But you,
gonna it's
it's
gonna be
hard.
a combat, because I don't want these 3 things. Now, ladies, tell me if I'm wrong. Now, women want stability, devotion, and protection, which means, because remember, stability,
Yeah.
devotion, protection. But
When
what
you,
does
when
that
you
really mean?
when you say devotion, what do you mean?
That means women want to be number one in your life. They want to feel like that this is that I'm the only woman in his life. Devotion means adored.
Okay.
A woman wants to be cherished. She wants to feel special.
Yeah.
my wife don't want me to treat her the same way I treat everybody else.
Right.
Otherwise, why is she my wife?
Right.
I have to treat her special,
Yes.
different. I can't treat her the way I treat my clients.
Right.
So I use verbiage. I don't never call my wife queen or goddess because I call all my clients that. So I call my wife triple chocolate. I call my wife, I have a certain buzzword and name for my wife that's different.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call Cheryl West that. I'm not gonna call Sister, Sister Deborah that. I'm not gonna call Sister, I'm not gonna use the same terms. And I tell my wife that too. My wife, sometimes she was calling, I think it was Alex, sometimes she was calling other people baby or honey. And that's a term, so I was like, I need something just for me.
And I got him sugar bear.
So now she got a term just for me. Make me feel special. Warm and fuzzy.
And you know what? And that's part, I think, of part of the needed part, because I will say it was hard for me when we first got together to understand the creating a space. Because I'm like, if I'm talking to you, I'm on the phone, I'm telling you that you need it, that ought to be enough.
Right.
But I learned
we need more, ladies.
Right. I learned that I needed to be more feminine. And oh, there you go. Hey Heidi, that's my buddy. I learned.
What's up, Heidi?
I learned I needed to be more feminine. And when I say feminine, I more ladylike. I was already a woman,
right?
But becoming more feminine in how I moved, how I walked, how I talked, exactly. Because all the jobs that I had were masculine. I went to the military; it was more masculine field. I was corrections, masculine. Then security at the apartment complex, masculine. So everywhere I was going, I was in charge. And so it was hard for me to like stop and be like, okay, this is not something that, this is not a job situation.
Would you say you still struggle with that a little bit?
Yes.
Yep.
I still struggle with it today on being, and
I feel it all the time.
Funny thing is, like, I even Googled it, like how to become more feminine. Because I'm like, I was like, I want to become more feminine and I want to become more sexual. Sensual, yes.
Right.
Sensual.
You got the sexual, but the sensual, the seductive part.
Yeah, like I don't even know how to do that. I even like how to go about that. And I try and it looks goofy. So I was like, yeah, no.
You do a good job, baby.
Whatever. It's horrible. So, but yeah, I also I want to learn, because it's an ongoing learning process,
right,
of how to be feminine.
And I gotta learn the romantic aspect of it.
Yeah,
because being more romantic.
Yeah,
I struggle with that. I struggle with all of the details. Now the act is great, but all of the before,
right,
and the after,
right.
If it was just the act, okay, I'm good.
Because women, we like to get prepared for sex throughout the day.
Right.
So we like the flowers or the call or the, hey, baby, I was thinking about you, or the kiss on the forehead, or, something like that. Like you could, like when you come up behind me, like while I'm cooking in the kitchen or something like that.
All the little stuff.
That's the stuff that leads up to sex, like midday, afternoon, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So women, I know, well, for me, that sex for me is an all day thing.
Right.
At night, it's just the residual effect.
Right. From what was done throughout the day.
Right.
And so that kind of leads me to the number one key and the real meat of what I'm talking about. Ladies, for men, the number one thing when we talk about that is respect it. Men, if we feel like our woman doesn't respect us, ladies, we out.
But what's respect? So give me respect.
And then for ladies, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. If a lady doesn't feel reassured, then the lady is out.
So give me your definition of respect.
The definition of respect
for men, not for women, right? For men.
Because how does a man feel respected? Like a man feels respected when the woman looks at him the way you look at me. And it's more than the physical with the eyes. That's part of it. But there is a certain amount of trust that you convey because you believe in me. Respect means that, you know what? If I like that when we was in the military, they ask you, would you be, would you be in a foxhole? At the end of the day, when it comes down, trust is if we're in a battle and I got the front, do I trust you to cover my back?
Yeah.
That's what men want a woman. Now, all of the other attributes, the physical stuff, intelligence, money, sure, all that's great. But at the end of the day, man, especially for a black man, now it may be different for why, because where can I go? Who can I call? Like when I had COVID, when I was sick for that whole month,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
That's respect. Respect is, man, when you on your back, can you really trust your woman is going to do shit to actually help you survive, or is she going to let you die and go get her another man? Man, that's rare. I mean, I don't know too many people that got that. I don't know too many people
Yeah.
that's willing to put their life in their mate's hand. A lot of people say that on purpose. I mean, on surface.
Yeah.
But when it hits the fan and you flat on your back, man, like I had no energy and I couldn't breathe and it was hard and stuff. I ain't go to no doctor, nobody. But do I trust the doctor more than I trust my wife? No, that's why I didn't go.
Yeah.
I would not go to the doctor and to a hospital and let a nurse that I don't know take care of me. Nah, bro. I'd rather trust my wife. If I'm going to leave this planet, I'm going to leave this planet in my own bed with my wife, trying to figure out, man, and my God, what's going on.
And he wasn't getting up out here no time soon.
That's what we did. That's why I'm still here. So that to me, that is what I wish every man had what I got. And honest truth. I wish every man, because a lot of men don't. And I'm telling you, and I spent my whole life without it. So now that I got it, shit, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm saying ladies, I'm telling you, if you really want to know what a relationship is, every man really deep down, especially if he's a black man, because there's nowhere I can go. I can't even go to my family. I can't go to my kids. I can't go to my brothers and sisters. Now, I love my brothers and sisters. But really, it ain't their job either. That's what God said when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Yeah. Because the wife, and there ain't too many women out there that really got the resolve, I'm gonna use that word, to be able to do what you do. Some ladies, no disrespect, ladies, some of y'all skittish, meaning that when it hits the fan, y'all out. Yeah, right? Let's be for real. When it hits the fan, man, you be like, shoot, I'm gonna trade this Negro in for another one. Why? Because that man, it doesn't do for you what you're doing for him. What women need is to be reassured. Now, reassurance is, my wife knows.
I am a big reassurance person. Like I need it like every hour-ish. Like
because she got it, but she just needs to know that she got it. Yeah. My job is to remind my wife, you the bomb. You got it. She said, babe, do I look good? Babe, you banging. And then she's like, okay, cool.
Yep. And it's crazy because when you tell me I look good or like I look sexy or something like that, like it makes me hold my head up a little bit higher, you know, and I know everybody gonna be like, oh, well, you gotta have self-confidence already and blah, blah, blah. But it's something different when your mate sees that you are still sexy. Because we've been together for 15 years. So after 15 years, it's like, do you still find me attractive? Do you still find me sexy? Will you still find me sexy 5 years from now? You know what I'm saying? So like for your mate to say that you still got it. And I know I'm like a really in that point needy. Because like I need that, like, babe, you still got it. Are you still sexy? Or like, like I don't know what women don't. I know it's women out there that need it more than the average. I'm probably in that category. But
and that's what men are here. And the ladies, it's not like, especially these, like, it's very interesting because women who like the Beyoncés of the world out there, they got all this money, they got all of this blah blah blah, but at the end of the day, there's nothing like getting value or getting that reassurance from the person who knows you the most or the best. Because see, they know your flaws. And what that means is I accept you flaws and all. I don't care. I don't care about your flaws because they're not, I don't see them as flaws. I see them as attributes and characteristics that make you you. That's what makes you special to me. And so for a woman really, especially because of what's going on uh
Sorry.
in the dominant culture. A lady, because when y'all go out in the world, man, y'all get bombarded with all of these stick models,
Well,
and
you
look
talking
at the
about
images that
social
y'all see
media,
on
and
TV.
it's a thing with dark skinned girls, bright skinned girls,
Yep.
you name it, we feel. And then you have the guys now that came out like the Kevin Samuels dude. Oh, you
Right.
have to be like this, you have to be like that, and you have
You 30
to,
and you got 2
you
kids,
gotta, you suck.
you
And
done.
when I heard that, I promise you, I was like, oh my God, I am a -2 going to a -1. Like, it was horrible. And
Yep.
it is a constant bombarding of you are not good
Right.
enough
You
in
ain't
this
good.
society.
Yep. Especially the black woman, man. The
Yeah, it's
black
bad.
woman, and like my boy Umar Johnson, man, y'all up against all these snow bunnies, and it's crazy because every black man that's in a position of high value, according to Kevin Samuels, he got a snow bunny. As a retired one myself, because I was married, my first marriage, I was married to a white woman.
Yeah.
That's why I like breaking that down to explain to black women why black men marry white women. And that's huge because if we do not address the elephant in the room, and it has to be coming from somebody, it can't come from a Dr. Umar Johnson who has never been married to a white woman. I was married to a white woman for 25 years.
Yeah.
So the question is why? And I tell everybody, you cannot marry outside of your race unless you don't understand your culture. That's what it really is. You know, when you really see a black man marrying a white woman, it's because he lacks self-confidence and needs validation. Nobody want to talk about that. That is the elephant in the room. The
That's a
elephant,
lot.
yeah,
That's a lot.
that's a big elephant.
That's a lot.
That's a whole nother show.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's true. Every black man, look at the black man. Look at all of the celebrity, all the sports, especially in sports. I don't know, other than maybe like in football.
Well, according to Kevin Samuels, the reason why black men are going towards that way is because black women are not feminine enough. We have kids outside of marriage.
No.
We are not skinny enough. All kind of reasons
Right.
and why.
That's not addressing the true. Remember, I'm looking for what causes people to exhibit certain behaviors. As a behavioral modification specialist, though I make my money by doing this. So
Yeah.
all my clients come to me because they need their behavior modified. And so the only way to modify someone's behavior is to go back and find the cause, their original seed, their energy imprint. And if you go back, you usually got to ask that the question why 7 times to get to the true cause, the causality of this reality. And when I examine myself, and when I look at because all my brothers are the same way, and I look at all the black men that I've talked to, that I personally know, that have married outside of their race, everybody says on the surface, because the white woman is less combative, she's more cooperative. She doesn't compete, she cooperates. So then the question is why? So if you don't ask why, when someone gives you an answer, if you just take that answer, you got to go and you got to ask why 7 times to get to the true reason by what they're doing. Yeah, Kevin Samuels out there. I mean, but for high value men, I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know. I personally don't know, man. And I know a few high value men, but most of them are Caucasian. There's not too many high value, economically high value.
No, because that's not true. Because like, you are a high value man, according to Kevin Samuels' definition,
right,
of a high value man, you are a high value man,
right.
And so yeah, I mean,
but finding other people to hang out with like me,
it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard to find other black men who are in that economic.
But
position
you're not
Kevin
really
Samuels
somebody that's like
about.
an advocate for friends,
right?
Yeah, you because don't most friends like that.
But most high value men are not either, because they busy, and we value our time like gold. I mean,
his clients will come down here from Virginia, from Philadelphia, from New York, and guess what? And they'll fly in. They'll be like, "Hey, doc, I came to hang out, blah blah blah," and he will tell them, "I am busy," and I was like, "No, you're not. Those
Absolutely.
people flew down here on their dime, on their time. Like you have to appreciate
Absolutely. Not on my time though.
that. God.
I appreciate everybody. Just as long as they don't mess up my schedule. And we
Oh
good.
my God, he is a scheduled person.
Because and relationships, everything, because at the end of the day, and this is very important, especially for women, you have to keep promises to yourself.
Hmm.
We will keep our
Yeah,
promises to our employers. If your supervisor on your job says, I need you here at 8 a.m., you will be there at 8 a.m. But if you tell yourself tomorrow, I'm going to get up and work out at 8 a.m., you may and you may not. I'm putting all my money on the fact that you ain't getting up at 8. But if your job calls you, if the IRS calls you, if you get summoned to court, we put all this other BS above us. We value other things more than we value ourselves.
I will tell you why. Well, at least for women, and I can't say for women on a broad spectrum, but I will say for me,
Right?
in church, I was taught that you have to put everybody else and you got to take care of everybody else
Wow.
above
Self.
you because that's selfish.
Right.
And Jesus came and he was selfless. So if you take time
Wow.
to care for yourself, then that's been selfish, and
Right.
that's not what
That's
God
not
came
spiritual.
to do.
Yeah.
And
Biblical.
so I know
Wow, that's
I
huge.
struggle with that daily,
Right.
especially like with the kids calling or games or something like that.
Yep.
Like it is a struggle for me to choose me.
Yep. Bam. Ooh.
It,
Wow.
it is a struggle because that's
Wow.
hard.
That's deep.
And then
That's deep.
if I choose me, and if I fall through on choosing me, I can only blame me.
Right.
Like I don't have nobody else to fall back on.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's solely up to me. That's my problem. That's my responsibility. That's my fault.
Right.
And so a lot of times we will go to the outside because it's easier to deal with people outside.
Right.
Because we don't really have to do the work
Yep.
of fixing what's going on.
Exactly.
Because by doing that and choosing you, you have to fix you.
Yep.
You have to deal with what's wrong, and like
100%.
old childhood things come
All
up.
that
Like
stuff comes up to the
I
top.
remember when I was running, like I would be crying while I'm running.
Yep.
And it's because, and I was like, why the heck am I crying? But it's because things are coming up
Right.
that I have no idea that they're there.
Yep. That you buried.
Yeah. And you don't know.
Yep.
And it's just like, so I'm for as a woman, especially with kids.
Right.
And then you like, okay, well, I'll get my life started once they're grown and gone.
Yep.
But once they're grown and gone, it's just a whole nother level of like responsibilities that they need. Just because they're not living with you don't mean that they don't have the responsibilities
of
kids. Yeah. Yep. So like being a mother don't stop like once they leave. Yeah. Exactly. But mothers, we will say quick, oh, I'll get my life started when they're gone.
Yep. That's like what they call a coping mechanism in psychology.
Yes.
So it allows you, that's the mechanism that allows you to make yourself feel comfortable while really being uncomfortable.
Right.
And so you have to kind of address the elephant in the room, which it gets into actually doing the spirit work or the psychological work of actually,
which is the hardest work.
Right. That's the hardest thing is to work on yourself.
Right.
It's easy to work on someone else.
Right.
It's easy for me to tell somebody else to do something, but am I willing to do it?
Right.
And that's what, that's what we're talking about. I mean, that's what I do for a living, and that's what the show is all about. Is in order for a relationship to work, you got to work on yourself.
Right.
You got to work on your mate. Like the only way that our relationship works is because I'm always working on me, and my wife is working on her.
And it's a constant thing that you have to do
every day.
Every day, because we'll say things to each other, and he'll make me think, or I'll make him think. And it's like, you know what? Maybe it is like that. Just that. And then just that statement will make you, it'll start the cycle of working on yourself.
Yep. It'll start to make you think. To think outside of the box. Because at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, this is really important in relationships. That it's in the word. It's the relating ship.
Right.
It's in a ship is a vessel in the water. We're made up primarily of waters. This is maritime law. We are really vessels.
Yeah.
We're vessels of honor or vessels of dishonor. So you are a ship, sailing along the sea, and your job is to make sure that your vessel, again, kind of like when Noah built the ark, you need to build an ark that's going to be able to float and
Right.
that's going to be able to go with the flow or with the current, because you want to make sure that it's steady. And so that vessel is you. So
Yeah.
my job is to not to criticize my wife and try to change my wife and to make her into a little version of me. That's not my job. My job is to work on myself. And
Yeah.
it's full-time job working on me. And so once you understand that, okay, it's not about changing. I don't know if that's not what's called. It's not about changing someone else. It's about changing yourself. And that's why self-love is the most important thing. So what my wife just said, how difficult it is, and I know that our women, especially black women, struggle with this really because of our upbringing, and because even though the church has a good ideal, but the method of making yourself a doormat, a second-class citizen, like when you get paid, you should pay yourself first, because
Yeah.
that shows you that you value yourself more than you value your bills. You pay your bills first, your energy goes to your bills. If you pay yourself first, your energy goes to yourself. So you want to always exude positive energy to yourself. That's why every time you
Yeah.
break a promise to yourself, you lower your immune system. And this is scientifically proven. If I tell myself that I'm going to reward myself by doing A, B, C, and D, and then it comes around and it's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna pay this bill instead of actually going out. That's why I encourage my wife to get her nails done, get her hair done, do stuff for herself, because again, she's doing stuff for so many other people, but none of that stuff will get done if she's not here. So the
Mhm.
most important person is her, but she putting her energy into other people. So my job is to make sure that she putting energy back into herself. That's what I'm here for, to kind of bring the
And that's the
balance.
covering though, because
Right.
like,
That's
and
gets into
that's the
the
definition of a
protection.
husband.
Right.
Because, and I know that like when I go get my nails done, it's not gonna be a bill that falls behind because I go get my nails done, because I know my husband, he brings just as much as value as I do.
Right.
So it's like, okay, it's a partnership.
Exactly.
And I make sure that my husband will never buy himself socks, underwear, or clothes.
Yeah.
Period.
I wear them till they
So,
fall off.
and I'm just like, this guy, like, no, I am not having my husband walk around. You'll drive $100,000 car, but then you'll hold your underwear because you won't go buy you none.
You don't see my drawers?
I do.
Nobody else do. So nobody knows I
No.
got holes in my underwear.
Well, not no more, thank God.
Yeah, because you buy me
But
some new ones.
yeah, that's called teamwork.
Hey, Conrad, she got tired of seeing my holy drawers, man. So
Yes,
she went out and brought me some new
yes,
underwear. A
yes.
whole
And
bunch of
socks and shirts
socks and t-shirts. And man, I haven't bought underwear, socks, and t-shirts in
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah,
That's crazy when you think about it.
because
But it's like, yeah, nobody
but
sees
that's
that
what I'm saying.
underwear.
Like a woman provides so much that y'all men have no clue what happens. Like, cause
That's funny.
you don't see, cause you. I mean, I do the grocery shopping.
Right.
I predominantly do most of the
I just
cooking.
eat.
Yep. I predominantly do all of the
I
cleaning.
like to eat.
Shopping clothes and shoes and
Like
all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like
toilet paper.
he hasn't bought toilet paper since we've been together. Like women
laundry
provide
detergent.
so much that
Buy that
men
stuff.
don't even know that they're getting taken care of.
Oh, I know. Trust and believe. That's why you go to Jared's a lot.
That's true. I do go to Jerry's.
I be tithing to Jared's, Conrad. Tithing. Like Jared's be like, Mr. Rogers, we need that tithe today, bro.
We going back today.
We are? Oh, snap. But all right, y'all, we got to get up out of here. The wife got things to do. But
what's that, Bam? That's Bam.
Who?
Michael Terry.
That's Bam's real name?
That's Bam Malicious.
Bam, that's your real name?
That's,
for real?
Yeah.
Michael Terry?
Yeah.
I never knew that was his real name.
Yeah.
What's up, Michael Terry?
My wife, by mine, also I got damn city pair of drawers.
I feel you, Conrad.
But that's good though. That means your wife. That's how we care though.
Right.
Because we.
What's up, Kanisha?
We care and we love and we want you to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And if we see something that
is true, man,
that needs to happen, especially for the person that we lay down with,
yeah,
and it's not getting done, like when you had to tell me, you was like, babe, I need some underwear. I felt so bad as a wife. I was
Yeah, I remember you
like,
telling me that.
that's
And I was
my
like,
job.
why
Like,
you feel bad?
because that's my job.
Because I
Like
got
to
bad
be,
old
yeah.
underwear.
I'm like, if I don't do anything, I need to buy your damn drawers. Like, what's going on? like, come
That
on.
is
Like,
so
that's
funny.
my responsibility. And
That's
it's like,
funny.
my man should never have holes or never even have to say, babe, we need, especially something dealing in the house, because women, we home.
Right. Yeah.
We take care of
Take
the
care
home.
of the home front.
So that means if somebody had to say something, especially my man, and say,
Yeah.
hey, I need you to pay attention to this, it's
Yeah.
like, oh damn, what have I been doing?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
like
true.
hello,
That's
because you
very
take
true.
and that, but not for all men. It's for men that take care of business. Men that take care of business, if they
Then
do
you're
that, yeah,
motivated
you like,
to
oh
take
no,
care
I
of
need to go do this like today. Like if anything needs to happen,
that.
like it needs to happen today. But a man that's like not really taking care of business and the woman not really happy, like,
Yeah.
baby, I need some draws. Them you damn self. That's why
Yeah.
a woman is so quick to be like, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, because your man ain't taking care of business.
Wow.
It's not because that the woman she don't want to.
Right.
It's just that you're not really taking care of business to her
Right.
level.
Right.
And
Which is providing that
right.
reassurance.
Right.
That environment that reassures her that you number one.
Right.
That you're special, you're cherished,
Right.
and I'm here to assist by making sure that if there's anything that you need,
right,
and to provide that
because
sense
we're
of
a help
security and
mate.
protection, right?
Right. Because if
And
the
so
man
men,
is
y'all
doing
listening,
it,
man?
yeah, if the man is doing it,
You have
we
no
know
problem.
for sure, like, we need to do what we need to do.
Right.
And if somebody bring it up, it's like, get to it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But if a man ain't doing what he's supposed to do, it's like, I ain't making your plate. I ain't cooking your dinner. I ain't
Yep.
cleaning your house. I ain't doing this
Ooh.
because of you didn't provide.
You're
that.
not doing your
right. You're not
doing your
pulling
part.
your part.
Yep.
So why you telling me about what I ain't doing and you ain't doing it? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah.
Well, all right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Out here.
Yes.
Again, all we discussed today, kind of quick recap. Basically, there's a difference between connection,
yes,
and compatibility, comfort, and chemistry. All those other three C's are very important, but the most important thing is having a spiritual connection with your mate that transcend time. And it's like old friends. You know, there's some friends that you don't talk to them for 2 or 3 years, and then when they do call you, I just pick up where they
my army buddies, all my army buddies.
So that's a connection.
Yeah.
So that connection, that you guys have was established by different, things, different ways. Well, that connection transcends time. It allows for you to continue to respect each other regardless of distance, space. So that trumps a lot of comfort and all of the other things. Yeah. And then the other thing that we discussed was, for me, which is very important, because that's what the word connection means. So it's one thing to say I have a connection with my wife. But what does that mean? That means, as a man, I want to make sure that my wife knows she's number one, that my wife knows she's cherished and she's adored and she's special. That means I got to do stuff to make her feel that way. I can't say stuff. And then number three, I have to reassure her constantly she is the bomb.com. Yeah. And so, and I do that not only with my speech, but also with my actions and with my energy, to make sure that she feels reassured. Men, that's very important. You have to make sure that your woman feels loved, valued, and respected. That you create an environment where she feels safe to be able to be her true, authentic self. Because out in the world, she has to wear a mask. She has to, go out and pretend and try to be stuff. But she should be vulnerable. She should be able to share her true, authentic self with you. That's a connection. So I know all my wife's strengths and I know all of her weaknesses, and I totally accept. That's assurance. My wife knows that this is a safe environment for her, because I let her know you are the one and only woman in my life, and I make her feel special. I make her feel, adorned to the best of my ability, because she's high maintenance.
No, I'm not.
She got a special. She got her own parking spots at Jarrett's. She pulls up there and say, "Mrs. Rogers, you come on in. You're back." And so, so I ain't saying it's easy, brothers.
It's not easy, but success is hard though. Because if it
It's
because
easy. It is easy.
but the
Y'all.
thing is that like if success was easy, everybody would be doing it. If
Right.
marriage was easy, everybody be married. But it's
That is
work,
true.
and a lot of people ain't. They don't
They
like
ain't willing
work.
to do it.
Yeah,
So.
people quit jobs because they don't like work. So and they get money.
So men, make sure you do those three things.
Yes.
Make sure that she feels like she's number one and the only, that she's special, and that she's safe. It's okay.
Yes.
There's a stable, safe environment. Now, ladies, in return, what I want from my wife,
Yes. Tell me.
and
What
what
do you
all
want?
men want from her,
Yes.
I need to know that number one, there's space for me in your life.
Yes, it is.
I need to know that there's room for me.
Yes.
I need to know that you want me above all the other men out there. There's a lot of
Yes.
options you have.
Yes.
I need to make sure that I'm the bomb.com
It's
in
no
your
options.
life.
It's no options.
Okay. I need to make sure that I'm needed and I'm wanted.
You are needed and you're wanted.
And number three, I need to make sure that I'm respected.
Yes.
Valued.
Yes.
Respect just simply means that, okay, what you did when I had, COVID and I was flat on my back, that you was more concerned about me than you was about loving hip hop or whatever's, Jim Barber's doing down the street.
You know what you're saying that.
So, ladies, as long as you, and that comes down to one word, ladies. At the end of the day, when we chalk this all up, at the end of the day, out of all the things that we talked about, ladies, as a black man in America, there's nowhere I can go and feel like I'm the bomb. I can't. When I'm a black man, I leave my house, I get pulled over for driving while black. If I go to the store, I'm gonna get followed because I watched a TikTok video where this couple got kicked out of IHOP, a black couple in Georgia. The dude got jumped by like 10 cops, slammed because they asked him to leave. Granted, he started to go like always. He started going off at the mouth with the cops instead of just leaving because he was like, well, "What do we do?" And they just like they didn't want to serve him. I don't want to stay in a restaurant that they don't want to serve him.
Yeah, I'm out.
So he should have just left. But now he stayed there. So they call the cops and say, "Hey," they say, "Sir, we need you to leave." But but still, why? For whatever reason, they didn't want to serve him. Maybe because he was a black man. So that's what I'm saying. Black women, if you got a black man, it's hard for us because everywhere we go, there's an energy in the air that says, "Negro, you suspect." So when I come home, I don't want to be suspect in my own house. I need my wife to look at me and create an environment that say, "Honey, if they don't respect you out there, I respect you in here."
Yep.
And give us that. I'm telling you, ladies, men, especially black men, if we feel like, you know what, you're not needy, but you need me because there's certain things that you can't do or you prefer not to do, and I can do it. Okay, I feel like I got a job. Number one.
Yeah.
Once I know that, okay, I feel needed. Then number two is wanted. Wanted member means like we was talking about when we was at at HEB. When I took her stuff out of the basket and she grabbed it and put it back and put it in the basket. That means that I got options, but I want you.
Yeah.
Women, you have to make sure that your man know I'm with you because I want to be here, boo boo. But don't get it twisted.
Not because I have to be.
I don't have to be here. I got options. Ladies, make sure your man knows. I'm telling you, otherwise you're gonna get disrespected. It's something about it. I don't know. It's psychology in men. Men, we love women who are strong, who are with us because they see our worth and value, and they say, "I choose that one." It's like there's a line up. There's 10 lions. The lioness come in the wild. They say the lioness chooses the lion that has the best genes for her offspring's survival. That's what men want. The men, we want a woman there's 10 dudes up. They say, "I want that one right there." Why? Because he gives me the best chance of survival. So that's, ladies, I'm telling you. So that what that mean though? That means that you're a lioness. That means you got options, but I choose you. So I know in my brain, that keeps me from nutting up. Because I'm telling you, ladies, the man will nut up unless he knows.
Yes,
I got a lioness that got options. So, nigga, I want you, but I don't need you. There's a big difference, ladies. If your energy is, "Honey, I want you here," because I love you, because
Right.
I respect you, that man ain't going nowhere. But if you want your man because you need your man, you thirsty and you thirst trapped him. Now, I'm not
Right.
saying y'all did, but I'm just
Because some
saying
women honestly are just happy to
you
have
got
a man.
right.
And then when a man knows that,
He don't.
it's a wrap.
That man wants to be your man. And
Right.
the way that he's your man is because you selected him, and you have other options, but you choose him because of what he brings to the table.
Yeah.
And when you're able to establish that, that keeps the energy equal. So that
Mhm.
way, your man doesn't look down on you. He doesn't look up to you. He looks across and say, "I got a mate that's here to help me meet and fight the battles out here." Because that's what the woman. When we establish a relationship with you, because we want to build something.
Yeah.
That's why men get married. We do all this other stuff. We cheap, but when we settle down and we get ready, you know what? I want to build something to leave for my children's children. We start looking for a wife. Make sure, ladies, if you got a man, ask him, are you ready to build? If that man tells you that, what are your 5-year plan? He got to answer you. Next, only marry men who are ready to get married. A man that is ready to get married is a man that's ready to build. He's ready to settle down and grow some roots and establish something that's called an inheritance. I'm that man. Bam. That's why I got a wife.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Well, we love you. We appreciate you. Until next weekend.
Till next week.
Good show, Triple Chocolate.
Yes, teamwork.
We're gonna see y'all. Mwah. We will see y'all
next week.
Next week.
Yep. 12 o'clock.
All right, Reverend Charlotte the West. I love you. Appreciate you. Everybody else, we love you guys. Talk to you next week.
All right. Bye-bye. Cool. Good show, babe.